Somebody has all of you to wear sarees today? You prefer? You wear
Not very.
this way, in the neck.
Not very.
You feel comfortable in sari. Please tell us something about yourself.
My father's name is Navneet and my mother's name is Punjab. I have done ALLB in 2001 from Rajiv National University of Law, and I have done LLM also from Rajiv in 2015.
Your father is in PSPCL.
Yes.
What is your opinion about the free electricity for consumers?
So in my opinion, free electricity is I have biased opinion. I would say that in the sense that it is good in the sense that it is for providing free access to public and it is very helpful for people. And sometimes it is resulted in the very efficient use of electricity also because people they know the limit that electricity is spent up to which they are going to get free and cities so they try to consume it up to that limit. But on the other hand, it costs a lot for the PSC still, and that puts our government into a debt kind of situation. So that is also one aspect which needs to be covered. So if a balance can be maintained by the government, then I think it is a very good initiative that is being taken because it ultimately.
How to make a fast, efficient revenue?
So in that case, the other facilities could be taken that just like my father, he is involved in checking the impact of electricity. So fines could be imposed on those situations, and that could be one way to make up for the electricity revenue.
What category of people can be imprisoned without trial?
So, I
What category of people can be imprisoned without trial?
so in case of the Electricity Act also.
No, not electricity. General.
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall it.
What is Article 22(3)?
So under the preventive detention law, preventive detention law, they can be detained for the time being. They cannot be convicted, but it is only a detention for the purpose of prevention, so that they can be prevented from further committed crime. That is not conviction as such.
Conviction means imprisonment.
Yes, sir. They can be imprisoned for the.
And what about alien enemies?
So alien activities they can be preventively detained, and for them even the provisions of some exclusions are provided to them under Article 22 Clause 3 that preventive detention was applied.
What is substituted performance?
So substituted performance is when instead of performing the contract, you are performing some other aspect, and on the basis of that, the contract is deemed to be fulfilled.
Repeat your answer.
So in substituted performance of the contract, in case the person is not performing his obligation that has been provided under the contract, he could be made to perform some other thing.
Some other contract.
Not some other contract, some other obligation, apart from the obligation that was provided in the contract.
For example?
So under Section 63 of the Indian Contract Act, a person who is accepting some supposedly he was the other party tried to pay some payment instead of taking that payment, he instead takes some house.
Section 20, I think. Section 20 of specifically.
Okay. I'm sorry, sir. I actually understood substitute performance of contract. You're talking about Section 20 of the
specific defect.
Yes, sir.
That is substitute performance.
Yes, sir. Sir, in that case, the substitute performance is that in case the person does not fulfill the contract, the other party has been given the option that they can get the performance from another third party, and that they can have the cost from the party which was in default, provided some notice has been given to them, 30 days notice, and all the other conditions have been fulfilled, then they can get the cost.
What is an English for mortgage?
Sorry, sir, could you please repeat?
English mortgage.
Yes, sir. In English mortgage, sir, it is a kind of mortgage where the property is actually sold to the other party. It is a kind of a sale only. The sale is complete, and after the completion of the mortgage and the payment of money being paid, the sale is then held to be void, and the property is repurchased by the mortgagee. Sir, Hindu, they are divided into two categories. There are Hindus by birth. No, Hindus by birth, those who are born to any parents who are themselves Hindu, Sikhs, Jain, or Buddhist, and all of these are considered as Hindus by religion. The other ones are the whose one of the parents is Hindu, but the other parent is not the Hindu. In case they are brought up in by the way of Hindu system, then they will also be considered as Hindu.
How to bring in electronic evidence?
So for that, the requirement of Section 65B has to be fulfilled in case it is to be given in the form of secondary evidence. In case it is to be given as a primary evidence, then the concerned media itself can be produced in the court. Otherwise, the Section 65B certificate requirement has to be fulfilled, where the person who is in charge of that device needs to sign it, and it should be produced from his custody.
The use of artificial intelligence in discharge of judicial duties.
Sir, I think the artificial intelligence is going to play a very important role in the upcoming times. And by providing the knowledge regarding the various laws that are providing, and further, its efficiency is being used in present times also. Like our Honorable Supreme Court has already started a service of translation of the judgments by way of using this artificial intelligence. And recently, our Honorable High Court has also utilized it in one of the bail cases. So by this way, even the advocates as well as the judges, they can best utilize this system for the purpose of advancing.
Read the facts and get the judgment.
No, sir, that is not possible, because I think the judges factor or the human factor that cannot be taken away from the judiciary, even by any artificial intelligence device. Artificial intelligence, it can provide you the knowledge that is required, but that human level achievement, it's not possible yet. But in case of judiciary, in my opinion, that will never be
What's your
possible.
opinion about the collegium system?
Uh, in my opinion, the judgment which was given by our Honorable Supreme Court, that should be upheld, and the Chief Justice of India should be made part regarding the appointment of the judges. And uh, yes, sir,
Your opinion.
I apologize, sir.
Collegium system or not? Give
Uh,
reason why.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think the collegium system should be continued, but as far as these concerns regarding the independence of judiciary or other factors are concerned, some kind of system should be provided apart from the collegiate system as well. Like a second committee could be set up who could also check on or the system could be made somewhat more transparent, that what are the criteria on which it is being judged, that who are going to be appointed and who are not going to be appointed.
Now, one question also electronic evidence.
Yes.
Is electronic evidence a document?
Yes, sir. The electronic record is a document as per the definition given in name.
Of our document
Yes, sir.
is not. Electronic record is not a document. Computer printout of electronic is.
Okay.
That is why section 63 and 65 shall not apply to electronic evidence.
Okay.
Read section by B.
Sure, sir.
Notwithstanding anything contained in the Act. So use the word secondary.
Yes.
This clause does not apply to electronic record.
Okay.
Computer printout is documentary evidence, but we don't call it secondary,
Yes, sir.
and we don't call that one primary.
Yes, sir. Certainly. I will certainly read upon it, sir.
Now, one question I asked you, that if a child is born to a interfaith marriage, say Muslim and Hindu,
Yes, sir.
if that child is brought up in Hindu tradition, he is a Hindu, this is what
Yes.
he said.
Yes, sir.
Muslim law says any child born to a couple of which one is a Muslim, that child is Muslim. How does all the disputes?
Sir, under the
Muslim would say, Muslims all say he is Muslim.
yes, sir.
And Hindus say he is a Hindu because he brought up a Hindu way of life.
Sir, as far as the Hindu Marriage Act is concerned, the conditions are very clear that in case he is brought up as a Hindu, he will be Hindu. But under the Muslim law, it is generally the law of the father that is being followed. In case the father, he is the Muslim and his child is brought up as a
You are
Muslim, that
right.
would be the
Religion of father is
yes,
that religion of the son is that of a father.
yes, sir.
So if father is a Muslim, then that child is a Muslim.
Yes, sir.
But brought with Hindu tradition.
Yes,
Hindu
sir.
law says he is Hindu. That's the problem.
Yes, sir.
What is the effect of void marriage if a child is born?
Sir, under the Hindu Marriage Act,
Under any law,
sir, under
marriage is
the
void. A child is born. Would this child be legitimate? Would this child have a right to inherit and right to maintenance from the parents?
yes, sir. Our Honorable Supreme Court has always upheld the rights of the children of such marriages, and they have declared that even if the marriage is considered to be void, or even if it is voidable and ultimately is annulled, such a child would be considered to be a legitimate child only, and they would have the rights over the property of their parents. This judgment came a few days back only. Our Honorable Supreme Court has upheld their rights, but they will be entitled to the property of their parents only, and they will not divest any other member of the family of the father
No,
or the
parents,
parent.
okay. Well, that they have right from parents.
Yes.
So that's fine. That's fine.
Yes.
Okay, so Navneet, let me put you a simple question. Okay, you mentioned what Sir has mentioned, put you a question about the collegium system. Can you tell me the landmark case in which it was put in place by the Honorable Supreme Court?
In the case of Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association versus Union of India, where the NJAC system was held to be unconstitutional and the collegium system was restored, and it was held that it was affecting the independence of the judiciary. So the collegium system.
When did it come into place for the first time?
So the collegium.
Landmark judgment of the Supreme
So it was on of the 16th of October in 2016, if I'm not wrong. That was the date of the judgment when the NJC system was upheld to,
Is when collegium system came into being for the first
for
time?
the first time. Sir, for the first time, it was the reference judgment where the president referred the judgment for the clarification only. First was the SP Gupta case. SP Gupta was the Union of India, wherein it was clarified that the Supreme Court judges, they need to be consulted before appointing the judges, and thereafter further progress was made regarding this in the second judge's case, and finally in the presidential reference case, it was clarified that how many number of judges needs to be consulted, and in fact, even the while appointing High Court judges, the other Chief Justice of the High Court needs to be consulted.
What do you mean by constitutional morality?
Let me intervene.
Yes.
Question was asked when college system originated, right? Is it constitutional? Does constitution provide for collegium system?
Sir, under Article 124, the collegium system was provided for the appointment of the judges.
Where is it?
No.
It is nowhere. Article 124.
This was evolved only by the judiciary.
Is the invention of the judiciary.
Constitution does not mention college system anywhere. Anyway.
It is not any.
Okay, sir.
Great.
Certainly.
And the case was Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association versus Union of India, 1993. Also popularly referred to as second judge's case.
Second judges.
First, as they speak of first judge's case.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. I will read upon.
What about the constitutional
But
morality?
as a candidate for judicial services, never say that this judgment is wrong or college system is bad.
Yes, you have to absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what do you mean by constitutional morality?
So this is a term which our Honorable Supreme Court has defined in a number of cases, but as far as it is concerned, no specific definition is there as such. But in my opinion, I consider it to be some standards which are laid down in the Constitution, which needs to be followed whenever any decision needs to be taken or any law is to be passed. It needs to be constitutionally moral, that it does not violate any of the provision of the Constitution. That I consider to be the constitutional
Is
morality.
it different from societal morality?
Yes, sir. Something might be considered to be societally moral, but it might not be moral as per the Indian Constitution. So it is very different. Morality differs from person to person as far as society is concerned, but constitutional morality cannot differ from a person to person. It is what is laid down in the Constitution.
Which one you prefer for Velo?
Sir, I would prefer to be governed by the constitutional morality rather than the morality by the people of India, which I consider it is a opinion of reasonable persons, or a lot of thought has been put into it, and that needs to be upheld, and it even prevails the rights of the underprivileged also. So that is what I would prefer to be governed by.
Okay, please. Very well, sir.
What is sentence hearing?
So sentence hearing is a requirement which has been provided that whenever a person is convicted under the criminal law, he has to be heard before the sentence is imposed upon him, so as to decide that what kind of sentence needs to be imposed upon him. Sir, under the different procedures which has been provided under CRPC for the warrant cases, session cases, the different sections are provided. I am unable to recall right now the section. I'm sorry.
155, 148. Yeah. 135 second code,
Yes.
145 limited code.
Okay, sir.
So that opportunity is not given.
Yes, sir.
What will be done?
That is a right which has been provided to the concerned accused person, so that person can approach the court of law that he has not been given the sentence hearing. That sentence would not itself become void. However, his right has been infringed, so he would have certain remedies against it.
Remedies are there. Suppose sentence hearing the opportunity was not given.
Yes, sir.
That will come. What are remedies are available? What kind of appeal or what order can be done?
Sir, the decision itself could be appealed on this ground that a right has been violated, or he could approach the Honorable Supreme Court or the Honorable High Court in writ petition also.
Either the appellate court itself will be approved
Yes, sir.
after 2 hours, or appellate court remand this one to the trial court to give that to only limited to that point.
Uh,
We are basically where long time has gone, court may inquire the proceeding.
yes.
So we are talking of legislation in
Sir, it was witness protection programs.
whether there are specific provisions provided in CRPC with regard to this.
Sir, as such, no direct provision is there in the current CRPC, but the provisions are scattered throughout the CRPC, which could be interpreted to mean regarding the witness protection, such as under the section 173, it has been provided that when the charge sheet is submitted by the police officer, they can request the court that some of the statements they should not be disclosed to the accused in the interest of justice, or provisions regarding in-camera trials are there, and to protect the identity of the victim also provisions are provided that punishment would be provided to those who disclose it. So the recent judgment of Mahendra Chawla versus Union of India, in this the Honorable Supreme Court has recognized the witness protection scheme which has been drafted by the National Legal Services Authority, and it contains a lot of comprehensive provisions regarding the witness protection, the definitions, and one of the most distinguishing feature is that it has been divided into categories depending upon the threat, that how much threat is there, and on the basis of that protection measures can be avoided by the Sir, Raj Purohit, Mr. Raj Purohit is the
Banwani Lal.
Banwari Lal, Mr. Raj Purohit. Banwari Lal Purohit, sir. Yes, sir.
Can adult unmarried divorce claim maintenance from her father?
Uh,
Adult unmarried divorce, can she claim maintenance from her father?
yes, sir. She can claim maintenance under the sir, under section 19 of the section 20 of the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act. Also, she can claim the maintenance. The father is liable to maintain, father and the mother both are liable to maintain their sir, under 125. No, sir. Not under 125.
ठीक है एक थोड़ा मुस्लिम लॉ पे आप तो ध्यान दीजिए, है ना?
Yes, sir.
एक थोड़ा हल्का सा स्ट्रेस भी क्लिनिकली नजर आया, नॉट वेरी मच बट वाज देयर. Be precise with your answers
Okay.
and avoid guesswork.
Okay, sir.
पूरा गाइड करिए. कब इंटरव्यू आपका?
So 2nd of October.
13th of October.
2nd October.
2nd of October.
Yes, sir.
And you put yours,
Yes, sir.
and you stand very good chance of being selected.
Thank you, sir.
Best of luck.
Okay,
Thank you,
all the
sir.
best.